Right, first things first, I'm going to make a cake today, the bloke in the kitchen way. So first of all, what we do, I have to prepare the tin. So just so you know the size of the tin, what's that? Ooh, 16.5 centimeters circumference. That's round. And ooh, it's about 6 centimeters deep. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to butter slightly the base, butter slightly the side, and then cover it with greaseproof paper. So in the bloke in the kitchen style, get the old take the old tin jobby apart, put that on the greaseproof paper, draw around it, there you go, look at that. And then with the old scissors, cut out a circle. Yes, I know that's not a circle yet, but we get in there, don't worry. And you see, there is a little trick. So if you hold it over itself like that, or maybe not like that, but like that, look at that, look at that, kind of a circle there. See, look at that. And then fold it again that way. Not getting too angry with it because it's not folding. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, almost looks like I know what I'm doing, doesn't it? And then what I'm going to do is cut it out just slightly bigger. Only slightly. Look at this. Got stuff everywhere now. Move that over there, out of the way. Put that on there, like that. Close the jobby back up. Make sure it fits. And it does. Look at that. Almost looks like I know what I'm doing, doesn't it? So what we do then, we'll get some of the old cheap, nasty, rough and ready butter jobby. Look at the old cut-off paper. Get a bit of butter on there. And a rubber-rooney. Not putting too much on, of course. Put some on the sides of there. Ooh, come on. Look at that. Look at that, hey, look at that. Back over there, put that on there, like that, yeah. Put that on there, and close it. Voila! One ready tin. Okay. So that's all prepared now. So now, bake the cake. Right, so first thing, before I start putting the ingredients together, I'll turn the oven on so the oven can start warming up. And that's on 180. But I've got a fan assisted oven and it actually cooks quite hot. So I'll put it around about 160, 150. So that's preparing and warming up. So while the oven heats up, you'll see I put everything together in the one mixing bowl. I can't be doing with all this, oh, you've got to sieve this, oh, you've got to do that separately, oh, mix this with this, get it to a nice creamy consistency, oh, add this, oh, no, add that, oh, do this. Tell you what, can't be bothered with all of that, more hassle than it's worth. So first of all, we'll put 6 ounces, or whatever that is in grams, because to be quite honest, I'm not that clever. So I use a set of weighing scales. And being as I'm doing ounces, I've got to set it now to ounces. There we go. Is that right? Yeah, right, so we go for 6 ounces of flour. And for all you flour nerds out there, this is plain flour, or what do they call it? Not plain flour. General purpose flour. Woo! Or whatever they call it anyway. So we'll put 6 ounces in there, in a bowl jobby. Did you know? Come on. Hello. Oh yeah, baby. And then me, what I do is I put to that one good teaspoon, and that's one of these teaspoons. Job is not a it's going to be measured. One of these, right? Put a good one of them of baking powder. See, look, in it goes. Job done. Then we'll go for sugar. So right, it should be 6 ounces of sugar, but honestly, my opinion, you don't need 6 ounces, so you can put less in. So we'll put 5 in and see how we feel. There you go. Put 5. There you go. Plenty. That's plenty. It is plenty. So there we go. 5 ounces of sugar. Then we'll go butter. Butter. Put some butter in it. And this is only cheap, nasty, buttery stuff. Probably more like margarine in the old days, and some of you will know what margarine is. I don't think you can call it margarine anymore nowadays. There's some kind of weirdy trade thing or other. God knows what that's all about, but there you go. So we put 6 ounces of this margarine, buttery stuff in. I've no idea how much that is, so we'll just plop it in and see what happens. Oh, there's 2. Nearly 4. Oh, 5.5. 5 and an 8. Gonna work. Look at that. 6 on the dot. Who's? Oh no, it's gone down again. 6. Look at that. 6 ounces of buttery stuff. Margarine. No, butter. Margarine. Butter. Then what do we want? I don't know. What do we want? We've got the floury stuff. We've got the buttery stuff. We've got the sugary stuff. We've got the raisiny stuff. Now we want the eggies. How we'll use that. You see I'm well organised here, can't you? Well organised. So we put 3 eggies in there. Trying desperately not to get any shelling, of course, because, you know, shell in a cake. I mean, it might add a bit of roughage, but I'm sure it's not going to taste very nice. Oh, goodness me. Look at that. Perfect. 1. Yeah. I'm covered in slimy egg. Yeah. Doopy doopy doop. List a bit more delicately. There we go. 2. Three. Now, perhaps somebody can tell me, right? And as you saw, everything in the one bowl. Can't be doing, put this in, put that in, mix this, mix that, right? Now, does this in? Why, there you go, why do chefs and cooking people say, put the flour in a sieve and tap it in gently to add some air? Really? You're going to put it in the mixer and it's going to add air? Am I missing the point there? Really? So now we get it in the mixer machine. Right, so what we do now, like I said, none of this faffing around, none of this business, just put the damn thing down. Yes, switch it on. And mix it. Right, there we go. All mixed. We'll just get that to that point there, and then we'll lift this up. Carefully not getting it all over the room. old spoon jobby. Clean off the old whiskey thing. Sure, there's names for all these things. There must be some real technical people out there going, oh, that's called a mixy whiskey thing. Yes, it does this, it does that. Say there, it mixes. Look at that. Whiskey mixy thing. There you go. That's the whiskey mixy thing. Right. So what we do, we just make sure it's all down from the sides. Okay? As I said, this is the bloke in the kitchen, how to make a cake. Right? None of you faffing about, none of you, just give it a bit of a roux just to make sure it's all mixed, which it is. And then we just add it straight to the tin. No messing, no faffing. None of you this and that and all the others. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. No, 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 no. I'm sure these videos will get better as I go along. They might not, actually. Knowing me, they'll probably get worse. Oh dear. So we'll put this in here. Now you're wondering, how long is he going to cook it for? That's a good question. How long is he going to cook it? How long? I don't know how long. Because honestly, you know, every time I read ingredient instructions or make something, it never goes how it says. It says put it in for so and so, or put it in for so and so. So what we do, we'll spread this around, give it a bit of an evenness, because cakes always rise in the middle. I don't know what it is, but they always seem to do to me anyway. So we give it a little bit of a depression in the middle. And I bet the diehards out there, you shouldn't do that, oh, don't do that, don't do that. Well, I'm sorry, but I do that, and that's the end of it. Bit of cake mix. There you go. What's wrong with that? Right, so I'll put that in the oven now. I don't know, what is it, 180, 170? Do you know what? I don't really know. Yeah, it's about 170. So I'll put this in the oven, middle-ish of the oven. I reckon, looking at that, 20 minutes, half an hour. Let's see how it goes, eh? See what it's like. So I'll come back in a bit and let's see how we are. So just to be fair, I've set my little egg. He's ticking away, listen. It's a bomb! It's a bomb! Run! Right, so I've set my little egg, so we'll see how it goes. Right, that's 20 minutes in. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to very, very carefully, open the door, let me in. Open the door and let him in. And I'm going to give it a bit of there we go. Some people say stick a wooden spike into it. What do they call them? Them barbecue things. You make kebab skewer. That's the one. I don't really have much success with those because they either come out looking the same as they went in, or they come out looking wet and they're not wet, or they come out looking wet and they're finished. So what I do is I give it a bit of a on the top, and really, you know what a cake should feel like, don't you? Surely, even you must have eaten cake. If it feels firmish, then it's probably cooked. If it goes, then it's not cooked. And if you open the door really quick, you let all the air out, and it goes like that. And I've done that loads of times. So just bear with, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll let you know if I have to put it in for more time. Right. So believe me, that wasn't ready. It was like really soft, like. So we'll just keep it cooking, and I'll let you know when it's ready. Right. There we go. That's taken about 50 minutes. That has. So I'll just leave it for a few minutes, and I'll take it out of the tin. And it isn't burnt. Yes, it might look burnt on the camera, but it really isn't burnt. There we go. One sponge cake. So what we'll do now is that's going to cool off. Once it's cooled, I'll cut it in half, put some jam in it and some buttercream, and I'll have a nice little sponge cake. So as you can see, I'll lift it up to show you. It's big enough, thick enough, does the job. Nice and easy. None of the hassle of do this, do that, all the rest of it. So that's bloke in the kitchen, dead simple, sponge cake. And I'm going to enjoy it. Well, as you can see, I've cut it open and doesn't that look yummy? Mmm. Fill in next. Right, there you go. Strawberry jam, buttercream icing. Now we try and put it together. What could go wrong? Right, to assist in putting it together, before I cut it in half, I know you probably can't see it, but just there is a slice. And I sliced it from top to bottom so that when I tip it up and put it together, I get the slices together. And voila, there you have it. One cakeroony. I'll give you a view when we have a slice with a nice cup of tea. And there you have it. Bloke in the Kitchen's one mix, easy sponge cake. Bung it all together, switch the mixer on, put it in the oven, voila, enjoy.